Welcome back. Despite the high oil prices that have really benefited Canada's oil and gas industry, Calgary-based Canadian Premium Sand has moved away from the oil patch and into the solar business. It's using sand to produce patterned solar panels in a new manufacturing facility in Manitoba. This is its first of its kind in North America. Joining me now is Leroux, President and CEO of Canadian Premium Sand. Welcome. And I guess what was behind this decision to move the company, this major shift away from the oil sands?
Well, that's a great question, Tara. When we had the lab work for the sand, we understood how good it was, and we continued to do more lab work on that sand and realized that it was, to be honest, almost too good to pump down an oil well. I say a bit tongue-in-cheek, but this sand is a unique deposit. It's got a very low iron content and very high silica content, making it perfect to make glass, but not just glass, extremely clear glass. And that's what the solar industry is looking for. So we investigated it. We've basically pivoted the company to focus entirely on that and developed a business plan to build a manufacturing facility in Selkirk, Manitoba to produce this glass.
How much of your business is still supported by or dependent in some way on the frac sands industry?
Zero. We never did develop the resource. We didn't put the equipment in to turn the sand deposit into frac sand. We stopped short of doing that. And you know, the oil patch, this was a few years back, and as we all know, I mean, the oil patch is great today, but it wasn't very long ago that it was $10 oil and a disaster. And of course, that made us look at the business and our own business and our future. And once we started the pivot, we stuck to the pivot.
And I guess when you're looking at the prices we've been seeing this year, even at $120 a barrel WTI, is there a part of you that regrets making this decision?
I don't think so. If you think about the frac sand business or any commodity business, if you sell a raw material to someone, you get one time to mark it up. If you take that same raw material as we're doing and turn it into a product, you get 10, 15 times lift on the value of that material. And that in itself makes this extremely attractive.
So we have been seeing inflation rising. Of course, this is something many are dealing with. Is the current inflationary environment affecting the way your customers are willing to spend or allocating their dollars in this area?
Another great question. To be honest, it isn't the inflation that's got our customers excited. It's the recent Inflation Reduction Act in the U.S. Our customer base is, there's a few Canadian manufacturers of solar panels, but largely in North America, that activity is in the U.S. And that's our focus because that's where the largest client base is. Well, with this recent Inflation Reduction Act, that's just ramped our customers up. They had expansion plans already, but some of them are about to announce even further expansion or increased expansion over what they just contemplated a few months ago. So quite frankly, our factory will be able to produce meet about 20% of the market when we're operating in 2025. We don't think it's even 20% anymore by the time 2025 rolls along with the activity levels that have been communicated to us by our customer base.
Do you think there needs to be more done to increase the pickup of solar panels in Canada? I mean, I don't think we see the same level of pickup that we do in other countries.
Yes, the short answer to that would be yes. It would be great if we had the same level of commitment in Canada that the U.S. has to support the solar industry. I mean, there's a lot of rhetoric in Canada about, the net zero and getting away from fossil fuels. In the U.S., they're putting their money where their vision is. And I think there could be more of that here in Canada. It would certainly help support the Canadian companies who are, quite frankly, building their expansion plans in the U.S., not here in Canada. And that, I think, is a bit embarrassing.
And then I suppose the question would be, why did you decide to build a facility in Selkirk then?
Well, the deposit of sand that we have is only 160 kilometers north of Winnipeg. Selkirk itself is just ideal. We just announced that we've got an option to purchase this plot of land in Selkirk that, quite frankly, I don't think we could have drawn it up any better. It's serviced by rail, has natural gas, the high power hydro lines are just a short distance away. It's big, it's flat. We could build 3 or 4 factories of this size on that plot of land. So, but really, because we'll be one of the only vertically integrated glass manufacturers in the world. It's not common for a glass manufacturer to own their own sand deposit, and we do. And the closer you can get to that sand deposit, the more cost effective it is to supply that sand to your factory. So Selkirk is just this sweet spot on so many fronts. And plus, quite frankly, the province of Manitoba and the city of Selkirk have been immensely supportive of this project. So basically, it's the ideal spot for us. It's got cheap power. It's 100% renewable hydropower. We use a lot of that. We use a lot of natural gas. As we all know, that's discounted in North America and is largely the cheapest in the planet. And Manitoba, or Winnipeg rather, has this tremendous logistics hub, and we can get our product, our finished product, anywhere in North America within 4 days. Most of our customers, 2 to 3 days.